Are you trying to figure out what's the difference between whole life insurance and term life insurance? Stay tuned because I'm getting ready to break it down so you'll understand exactly which financial product is the best for you or your family. Keep watching. Thank you so much for tuning in to Terry On Demand. Why don't you go ahead and click that subscribe button, pound that like button, and go ahead and share this video so that somebody you know can benefit from the information that we're getting ready to jump into. So when we're talking about term insurance and whole life insurance, we're simply talking about insurance that will go to your beneficiary once you pass away. This is very important because one thing's for sure, and not to sound morbid, but all of us are going to pass away one day, and we would hate to leave our families with the decision on how to pay for the funeral. So let's talk about term insurance first. Term insurance is the base insurance that you can buy. It doesn't have any bells and whistles. It's simply term life insurance. This type of insurance will pay out upon your death the face value of the amount that you purchased. Now with term life insurance, you can purchase term life insurance over a span, which is why it's called term life insurance. You can purchase that policy for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, and on up, depending on what insurance company that you go with. Now, typically term life insurance will expire. Some term life insurance policies expire at 90 years old, some at 70. So you definitely want to make sure that you speak with your insurance broker to find out which term works best for you and which term is the amount of time that you want to be allotted for you. Now with term insurance, it's not just for your burial. This money that's left over to go to your beneficiary, and you can have more than one beneficiary. This money can also be money to replace the income that they would lose from losing you. So let's say you go and you purchase a $1 million policy, which typically, depending on your age, you can get a $1 million policy from some companies for about $60 a month. Well, that beneficiary can use that money to maybe pay off the home, maybe start a business, maybe start a legacy for your family, maybe put it in a trust fund where it will pass down to other people in your family, maybe your grandchildren. So term life insurance is very affordable. Now let's jump into whole life insurance. Now with whole life insurance, this insurance plan has term insurance along with a savings account that's built inside of this insurance policy. That's why with whole life insurance, you're paying way above what you would normally pay for a term life insurance policy. Now with the whole life insurance policy, since you're going to have a savings account built inside of that policy, and once again, you're going to be paying more. I'm talking about triple, even 10 times more than what you would normally pay with a term insurance policy. Your policy, however, will begin to build up cash value. Now, once that cash value begins to build up, and normally it takes the cash policy to start building after about 3 years, you can borrow from that cash amount. Now, here's the caveat. You are going to pay interest on the borrowing of that cash value. Now, with the whole life policy, generally, the insurance agency will go over how long that term is for that whole life policy, and they will let you know if it's for the duration of your whole life or if that policy phases out after you've reached a certain age. These are definitely questions that you want to ask your insurance broker or insurance agent to clarify on how long that policy will stay in force. Now, with the whole life insurance policy, one of the other reasons that I'm not a big fan of whole life insurance is because though you have a savings account built inside of that policy, it's only growing at 1 to 1.5% in the stock market, because essentially they're investing that money, and it's only growing at about 1 to 1.5%. So for me, that's a no deal for me, because that percentage, I could take that money that I would have been paying inside of that whole life policy and just go and invest it somewhere else that would bring me a greater return. Now, personally, I prefer term life insurance because I can get more bang for my buck. If there's a $100,000 policy, typically, depending on your age, just to give you an example, with a term policy, you can pay $15 a month. With a whole life policy, you're looking at about maybe $40 a month, depending on your age. So for me, I prefer term life insurance. That way I can get more bang for my buck, so that when I pass away, I can get the maximum amount of money to go to my beneficiaries. Now, I would definitely say see which one is better for you, but definitely don't walk through life and not have life insurance, because somebody has to be responsible for your final affairs after you pass away. So be sure to at least get one or the other. Thank you so much for watching Terry On Demand. I hope this video has given you some clarity on what term insurance is and what whole life insurance is. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, and share this video. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you can get all the episodes that are coming up.